Throughout the CW Flash series, we've seen countless speedsters, each bringing their own unique presence to the show. Some were heroes, some were villains, and some were somewhere in between. But what truly made them stand out wasn't just their speed, it was their impact, their presence, their personalities, and the unforgettable moments they left behind for us to enjoy. This ranking of the top 5 greatest speedsters in the Flash TV show isn't based on who was the strongest or the fastest. Instead, it's about who truly left their mark on the series and became the most iconic. At number 5 is Savitar. Unlike any speedster before him, Savitar was a monstrous armored being with godlike speed and a chilling presence. What made him truly terrifying wasn't just his power, but his aura. He was Barry Allen's worst nightmare, literally. A time remnant of Barry, broken and twisted by pain, Savitar was a dark reflection of what the Flash could become. His ruthless efficiency and deep-rooted hatred made him one of the most personal and emotionally devastating villains Barry ever faced. Grant Gustin delivered an incredible performance, showing just how terrifying a darker version of Barry could be. However, Savitar's potential was let down by poor writing. His story could have been so much more impactful, especially if the season had ended with Iris's death. That would have added a new depth to the show and truly cemented Savitar as the ultimate villain. Despite these shortcomings, he remains one of the most unforgettable speedsters, which is why he ranks at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Jay Garrick. More than just a speedster, he was the first Flash before Barry even took up the mantle. As the elder statesman of the speedsters, Jay Garrick provided guidance, wisdom, and a sense of responsibility that helped shape Barry into the hero he was meant to be. Played brilliantly by John Wesley Shipp, his presence in the series was a perfect tribute to the Flash's comic book legacy, proving that true heroism isn't just about speed, it's about heart, leadership, and determination. One of the most memorable moments was when he took Barry to a diner in Season 3 to teach him that he couldn't just fix all his problems by running through time. The way he explained it was so powerful and impactful, showing his role as a mentor. John Wesley Shipp's performance was truly one of the most underrated aspects of the show. He brought so much depth to the character, and seeing him as Jay Garrick was a beautiful payoff. Having previously played the Flash in the 90s, his return as a new version of the Flash was pure poetry. That's why he earns his spot at number 4. At number 3 is Zoom, also known as Hunter Zolomon. He was a nightmare personified, with his demonic black suit and chilling voice. Zoom embodied pure fear. Unlike other speedsters, he didn't just want to defeat Barry, he wanted to break him mentally, physically, and spiritually. His raw power, brutal tactics, and shocking identity reveal made him one of the most terrifying villains in the series. Even after his downfall, his transformation into Black Flash, essentially becoming death for speedsters, cemented his legacy as one of the most haunting figures in the show. If we're talking purely in terms of villains, Zoom was the best, hands down. Whenever he appeared, something bad was about to happen. He had some of the most terrifying and unexpected entrances, almost like a horror movie jump scare. One of his most iconic moments was when he completely humiliated Barry in front of Central City, proving that the Flash wasn't the hero people thought he was. Zoom's presence was unmatched. However, after his mask was removed, his character lost some of its intensity, and he became more like a typical comic book villain. Despite that, he remains one of the most memorable speedsters the show has ever seen. In the number 2 spot is Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. No speedster in the series had as much impact as Thawne. As Barry Allen's greatest enemy, Reverse Flash was the mastermind behind some of the biggest tragedies in Barry's life, from the murder of his mother to the very creation of the Flash himself. His intelligence, manipulation, and deep-seated hatred for Barry made him a constant and ever-present threat, always lurking in the shadows. Whether it was Matt Letcher's cold and calculating portrayal or Tom Cavanaugh's masterful performance, both actors stole every scene they were in. Reverse Flash was always a statement. Whenever he appeared, the show instantly became 10 times better. His pure hatred for Barry was so intense that it almost felt justified from his perspective. One of his most ridiculous yet entertaining moments was when he rewrote time to become the Flash himself, proving just how petty he could be. That level of obsession and villainy is unmatched, which is why he takes the number 2 spot. Before revealing the number 1 pick, there are a couple of honorable mentions. First is Jessie Quick. She was one of the most memorable speedsters in the series, bringing a unique blend of intelligence, heart, and heroism. As the daughter of Earth-2's Harrison Wells, she had big shoes to fill, but she quickly proved herself to be a capable hero. Her journey from a brilliant young scientist to a full-fledged speedster was inspiring. The actress did a fantastic job in the role, but unfortunately, we didn't get to see enough of her. It would have been great to explore her life as the Flash of Earth 2 and the villains she faced. Another honorable mention is Kid Flash. Wally West had the greatest potential out of all the speedsters. When he was first introduced, he was rebellious and not the most likable character. But over time, his development was incredible. When he gained his speed, it was clear he was naturally gifted. He learned and developed his powers much faster than Barry did. What took Barry multiple seasons, Wally mastered in just a few episodes. He always kept up with Barry and had so much potential that was ultimately wasted. His intelligence, growth, and love for speed made him feel like the most realistic depiction of what someone would do if they had super speed in real life. Wally West could have been the greatest speedster, which is why he deserves an honorable mention. Finally, taking the number 1 spot is none other than Barry Allen, the Flash himself. No speedster in the CW series could top the man at the center of it all. From his beginnings as a hopeful forensic scientist struck by lightning to his evolution into the Scarlet Speedster, Barry's journey was incredible. His story wasn't just about speed, it was about resilience, sacrifice, and what it truly means to be a hero. Barry Allen wasn't just the fastest man alive. He was the heart of the Arrowverse. Despite his godlike powers, the show always found a way to keep him grounded and relatable. His struggles, his triumphs, and his growth made him one of the best characters on television. Watching him from season 1 to the very end, you could still see that hopeful and determined young man who just wanted to do the right thing. For that reason, Barry Allen is the greatest speedster in the Flash TV series. This ranking was based on impact rather than raw power. These speedsters shaped the story and left a lasting impression. Let me know your rankings in the comments. Who are your top 5 speedsters? Who are your least favorite? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep it real.